Good day once again. This is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Today's government VA foreclosure presentation is located in 384 Bay Bridge Drive, Columbia, South Carolina. It's the home to the U.S. Army Fort Jackson, which is the basic training for many U.S. Army soldiers, especially for females. There are more than 60% of the new female U.S. Army soldiers that are enlisting in the Army. They are trained in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, which is right outside of Columbia, South Carolina, which is a city of approximately 150,000 people. So I'm very obviously I know quite a bit about Columbia, South Carolina. Is a not a very well-known place in terms of the national real estate uh, landscape is concerned, but you'd be surprised, okay? And I know a lot about it, and you should put your money in real estate in this pocket of the neighborhood in this country. So again, Columbia, South Carolina is located a little bit inland, is right kind of in the middle of South Carolina, and down by the coastal area, which is the Atlantic coast, you will see, Charleston and a few other places within, I don't know, a couple of hundred miles. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, this property is 188,500, and the value we see with this property, with not only Vendee Financing 5% down for those of you that qualify, but with any real estate investor, we look at the numbers, look at the overall scenario in this particular market, you have to draw the conclusion this is a good place to put your money long term in this real estate market. So first of all, the value add that I see that pop up in my head very quickly is the low price 188K 500. That's a VA foreclosure listing price, but the fact that this is a 4-bedroom 3-bath 2,732 square foot really resonate with me. And furthermore, if you look at the house is it's been in the market for 6 days, so I have to expect this is a multiple offer situation. I don't know whether this market is still available. It could very well be maybe for 1 or 2 more days, but it is built in 2010, obviously, and and the lot is very large, 7,400 square foot. As you can see, I have to say that in terms of the potential cosmetic repair, I projected $5,000 into it. It could be more, it could be less, but we will find out if your offer is accepted, and if it is accepted, it's contingent you ordering an inspection report, and it's conditioned upon you accepting the condition report as well before you will proceed with the transaction. So if you look at visually, I know very hard to say visually, but you can look at the interior, first floor and second floor, bedrooms or what have you. It appears to be very, very clean, and the carpet, hard to tell whether the carpet needs to be replaced or cleaned out or whatever. And we don't know about the electrical system and what have you. So at this moment in time, we can only conclude that it will only require cosmetic repair. Otherwise, this property is located in a very, very good area. I have to say, I will show you the numerical rating, the school rating based on Zillow, but I would categorize this property as a B plus A minus class neighborhood. And what more can you ask, right? Yeah. So you'll see momentarily how I come up with this subjective conclusion. It's all about location. We all know that. So anyway, let me see. Let's highlight certain important points. The property taxes is only $126 a month, which is way less than 1% of the purchase price. So that bodes well for the property management. I mean property tax situation. HOA is only $54 a month. That should be very not a concern at all. the rental projection is 1,600. So that's good. So right away, that the cash flow scenario popped up in my head. So so it should be popping in your head as well. So it just screams positive cash flow even with 5% down. But again, we all talk about location, location, location. This property is, according to Zillow, is rated 10 out of 10 with the elementary school only half a mile away, and the middle school, junior high school, 6 out of 10, which is 2 miles away, and the high school is 8 out of 10. So what more can you ask, right? I mean, a good location, good neighborhood, very new property, very large, one extra bedroom, 4-bedroom, probably will would demand a higher than $1,600 a rent. And one way I could potentially prove it is by looking at the this particular research that I always do is the rent-o-meter, and I took a 3-mile radius, and within the past 12 months, it's important for anyone, for myself, to determine how much rental activity in this particular area. So based on this result, there are 15 similar homes that are 4-bedroom that are renting for this price range. So that pretty much meets my criteria to believe that the rental market is very, very strong, that we should get this property rented within 30 to 45 days upon closing of escrow with the property management company in place at the local area. So this property, as we stated, is 2,700 square foot. If you look at something comparable, 2,700 square foot, another rental property is renting for 1,850. So I don't know if it is an apple to apple comparison, but this is a good barometer to evaluate anything similar. So let me see what I can find any other 2,700 square foot 4-bedroom, which is kind of rare. So even a 300 square foot smaller, 2,400, within 2 miles away is already renting at 1,600. So you could make the argument that the $1,600 projection is on this property based on Zillow is rather, is a low estimate. But as you know, I rather under promise and over deliver. All right. So let me see what else I can say. All right. With that in mind, let's go over the. From now on, I'm gonna paint a 3 cash flow analysis pro forma, if you will, projection for you to evaluate, given based on each investor situation. Ideally, for those of you that can do 5% VA loan, Vendee financing, for those any investor that can qualify, even though this is a government military foreclosure, you as an investor can qualify. Does not matter that you are not ex-military or whatever. All right, so it's all about the. So if you have 2 years of property ownership experience based on your tax return validation, then you'll qualify. If of course you qualify for the loan itself as well, then you qualify for the amazing 5% down. But this kind of property is not only geared for the Vendee financing 5% down. Anybody can purchase this property through the regular conventional 25% down payment or using your self-directed IRA, in which I will go over this projection. So without further ado, let's go over the first scenario, which is a 5% down Vendee financing for those of you that qualify. So the purchase price multiplied by 5% down, which is $9,425, $9,425 minus plus closing cost of $4,000, and I did a projection of $5,000 of repair costs. So total out of pocket is less than $20,000. Now this is a great benchmark for 5% down. By leveraging your money so greatly in a good way, you're getting your return on investment. You're leveraging so nicely, which is unbelievable. So based on the $1,600 gross rent minus 5% vacancy, the whole Low property taxes monthly, insurance, property management fee at 10% of the rent, and then $54 HOA fees. Here's the operating expense. And then the great thing about the Vendee financing 5% down is you look at this amazing 3.75% interest rate on a 30-year amortized loan. That itself will increase your cash flow capacity because your mortgage payment is a lot less than normal. In this case, $829. So 95% loan to value, right? Which is amazing way to using your good debt to leverage into future wealth. So all the financial indicators seems above expectation, above what I call it the benchmark. So rent to value ratio is 0.8%, slightly less than 1%, which is fine given the price range of this property. Capitalization rate 6.6, which is better than the 5% typical benchmark for industry average, real estate industry average, that is capitalization rate, in this case 6.6%. So that screams positive cash flow regardless of the down payment. Cash on cash returns, double digit at 13%, which is also very good. All right, at the end of the day, all your operating expenses plus your monthly mortgage payment equals monthly net cash flow of $213. All right, so that is what we call leverage, and your annual net cash flow is $25.52 plus your principal reduction at the end of the first year on your 30-year mortgage pay down equal to $32.93 in what you call a paper economic benefit. I don't know any other way to put it. And then I only put 2% projection appreciation at the end of the first year, even though Zillow might have put down slightly more. But at the end of the first year, at 2% appreciation projection based on the multiply by the projected purchase price equal $37.70. So your total equity income of $96.15, right? You combine annual net cash flow, first 12 months of principal reduction, and 2% annual appreciation, equity growth. And I did not put in the 10 to 20% of below market value that a typical VA foreclosure are giving you. So, if I include the 10 to 20% discount that you're buying with this property, then your gross equity income would be, you just do the math, right? Would be like at least 20 to 30,000. That means your return on investment is, instead of 49% as indicated here, total return on your investment, it could be like 200%, right? I mean the numbers is just off the chart. So now, okay, so in this case, as I said, let's go over the second scenario. I'm going to use only 3 scenarios, right? And for the sake of time, so let's go over the second scenario whereby you do not qualify for 5% down Vendee financing because you do not have 2 years of property ownership experience as documented on your tax return. So, however, you do qualify because you have a good financial profile, and you do qualify for 25% down regular investment loan. Okay, let's run that scenario. So 25% down, so therefore your loan would be 75% loan to value. And sorry, instead of 3.75% with the Vendee financing extremely favorable rate, your investment loan rate is typically around maybe 5.3%, give or take, right? That's how it is. That's the going interest rate on a 30-year amortized loan on a regular investment loan. So it is what it is. So accept it. So that changes the return, which is fine. You still do it, of course. If you have the money, you qualify and all that stuff. So here's the numbers behind 25% down payment, which is you can see right here, 25% down payment plus closing costs plus rehab costs. You need approximately $57,125 total initial cash invested to buy this property, and then run through numbers. The expenses are the same, the gross rent is the same, and the obviously the The mortgage will be is less, the loan balance is less, but the interest rate is higher, 5.3%, and the monthly mortgage is 785. So then at the end of the day, your monthly net cash flow is monthly net is $257. So but slightly more than $100 additional cash flow based on another 20 extra percent down payment. So instead of putting 20 grand with the 5% down, getting $100 something cash flow, you put 25% down payment and almost twice the amount of down payment, but the interest rate is higher, but your net cash flow is only 257. But I'm not saying that's bad, but you should still go for it, because this is the positive cash flow situation still, and a appreciation long-term play. So the number still looks good, right? So still the cap rate is still the same no matter what, because the cap rate does not incorporate the mortgage. The cap rate is like net annual debt obligations divided by the purchase price equals the cap rate. But I trained many of you already. Total return on investment is 15%, not so bad, because you're using less leverage as opposed to Vendee Financing 5% using 25%. But overall, the numbers are still good, right? So, and then finally, and this is another training thing for many of you. I'm going to use scenario with this property to use your self-directed IRA to purchase. Not only that, the advanced training you're getting right now and continually foreseeable for the future, you have the ability to put 188,000 or slightly more pure cash. You can buy raw cash, you can buy with self-directed IRA or entire self-directed IRA, but I'm gonna help you. All you need is 50% down of your IRA, self-directed IRA, right? And the rate will, then you get a non-recourse loan for the other 50%. Okay, you can get a non-recourse loan to leverage your inside your IRA. You buy in the name of the IRA, right? Not in your name. So you do not need to obtain a credit report on you, or submit a tax return, or needing to put a FICO score, nothing like that, because your IRA will qualify the purchase itself. And with this advanced strategy of using a non-recourse loan, minimum down payment is 50,000. So it really works. So I'll share it with you. I don't want to spend too much time. So let me, I think that should be it. So if you buy with 50% down from IRA on this property, inside your IRA, the property costs 188, 50% is so all you need, like IRA of 94,250, right? A little bit less than 100 grand of your IRA. And with a little bit less than $100,000 of the IRA, you can leverage IRA using non-recourse loan to buy up a property that are 188K in this particular case. All right, and you pay the rehab cost 5,000 inside your IRA. Of course, you have to transfer, roll over your previous employer 401K and your traditional IRA, either roll over into a self-directed IRA. I'll teach you all that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the logistics. Just look at the big picture for the sake of time. So anyway, net cash invested, you need about 104 grand IRA, and then all the taxes will be. Now, once you buy this property inside the IRA, obviously the IRA will pay all your monthly taxes, insurance, property management fee, whatever, and then the non-recourse loan is inside the IRA is not going to show on your the lending guideline is not going to reflect on outside, is not going to be reported. Your IRA transactions are not reported on your federal tax return. So this loan does not impact any other regular loan under your name, or this is solely separate. This loan is under the IRA paperwork. It's a buried inside this IRA. You know what I'm saying? So getting a non-recourse lender, which I have two lenders that we in a country that I know of that are willing to do a non-recourse loan, as long as their underwriting on this property is favorable, which it is, okay, because this is a positive cash flow situation in a good market, in a good neighborhood. That's why they will underwrite the loan at a slightly higher interest rate, 5.7. So So at the end of the day, you you receive $1,600 monthly rent inside your IRA, assuming everything goes well. You get your rent. The IRA will pay all your monthly taxes, insurance, property management fee, and the IRA will pay your monthly mortgage, the non-recourse loan mortgage of $547. Then net, okay, monthly is $495. This net monthly cash flow on this property you purchase inside the IRA with the leverage of non-recourse loan is a tax deferral income, which you will reinvest in back into the IRA. Everything is done inside the IRA. All right, everybody follow me? So so tax deferral, that means you don't have to pay taxes on this amount. When you file your tax return at the end of the year, this is almost $6,000 of annual net cash flow inside the IRA are not taxable. You don't have to report on your federal tax return. So if you're in a high federal tax bracket of 25% or higher, then this money, whatever return is increasing your money, is not taxable. So anyway, at the end of the day, the numbers works well, right? I mean, capitalization rate, cash on cash return, you know, everything, all the numbers still looks good. So I encourage you to use your IRA and leverage your IRA to purchase, as long as the investment property is more than 100,000, you can do non-recourse loan, because non-recourse loan have to be a minimum down of 50,000. So so therefore the property you have to purchase is at least $100,000, right? $50,000, 50% down payment with the IRA and 50% non-recourse loan. So hopefully this big picture IRA educational module will help you. So I have just given you, do I have anything left to discuss other than this? No, I'm done. I don't want to spend too much time. So I have given you multiple ways to purchase property. You decide which one to apply to your situation. Obviously, consulting with me is a very first step. And so for future reference, this video presentation will be very, very similar with other properties. I'm going to show you a scenario with 5% down, Vendee Financing, a scenario with 25% down, traditional investment loan financing, and then using your IRA to buy 50% down, leverage your IRA with non-recourse loan and getting higher return, getting the tax deferral growth inside the IRA until you retire at age 59.5 or older. Okay, do not dip into the cash flow income inside your IRA before age 59.5, otherwise you will pay the ordinary taxation on the amount of withdrawal plus 10% early withdrawal penalty. But if you retire at age 59.5 or older, you can withdraw the cash flow income, right? Whatever it is, and pay your taxes, ordinary taxes at that time without any early withdrawal penalty. Make sense? Okay, of course, consult your tax advisor to discuss your IRA situation. Okay, I'm just giving you an educational training. All right, other than that, that's all I have to say. Powerful, buying government VA foreclosure, no matter how you look at it, the way that I do it, is very, very beneficial. It's thank you so much. And if you're interested, all you have to do is contact me and we will go through the pre-qualification process. Thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee. Have a nice day. I'll see you on the other side. Goodbye.